Thank you for the introduction. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you all today, albeit virtually. Managing a partner at BP Ventures sounds like a lofty title, but I simply look at my role as having one of the coolest jobs. I focus on digital and Horizon 3 investments to help BP achieve its net zero ambitions. Around 4 years ago, not long after Climate Tech 1 had failed, I made a conscious choice to move into the world of clean tech investing. Many of my former colleagues considered it career suicide. It was kind of the equivalent of a politician stepping away from public life to spend more time with their family. I knew then, clearly as I know now, that despite the previous decade's failure, our focus on climate tech should be unwavering. And that's really what's led me to BP. Our CEO, Bernard Looney, talks about the company performing while transforming. At Ventures, our mandate is a little bit different. We're focused on transforming in order to perform. We're helping BP to reinvent itself as an integrated energy company and to reimagine energy for people and the planet. We do this by investing in high-growth companies that can help us to reduce the carbon intensity of our operations and to accelerate the energy transition. We look far and wide for technology partners that can help us achieve decarbonization. One of our most recent investments was in BlueSmart, an all-electric ride-hailing company in India that's on a mission to decarbonize urban mobility in some of the world's most polluted cities. BlueSmart was a textbook investment. As a company, it aligns with our environmental goals, and as an investor, it aligns with our financial metrics and risk criteria. What I'd like to talk to you about today is the urgent need for our investment playbooks to change in order to increase our investment activity in game-changing technologies that have the ability to accelerate the achievement of net zero. I believe it's time for CVCs like us to come together to make bigger, braver bets for a positive climate future. The carbon economy upon which our societies are built took hundreds of billions of dollars of investment and decades of focus to realize. I think it's going to take an equivalent for us to decarbonize. We've already reached a crisis point. We're no longer talking about potential future impacts. Whilst we've all been struggling with a pandemic, the planet has faced relentless climate crises, from wildfires in Australia and the Western United States to hurricanes and cyclones in the US and India, and flooding in Africa and Asia. 2020 was the hottest year since record keeping began, and 2021 is on track to beat that. The most recent World Meteorological Organization report warned that without dramatic and immediate action, we will hit a disastrous 2.7 degree increase in temperatures by the end of the century. We know that we cannot rely on technology to fix our future, but we can and must rely on it to accelerate a new energy system. There are no shortage of founders with innovative and potentially game-changing solutions, but they need their investment partners to be similarly progressive in the way that they operate. We need to change our metrics and our mindset. So what does drastic and immediate action look like in the world of CVCs? Well, anyone who knows me knows that I love a good chat. So I'd like to explain with a story. I'm currently in active negotiations with an extremely exciting company that has absolutely game-changing potential in a really hard-to-abate industry. The team ticks all the boxes, and so does the science. And I can't stress enough how much of a difference this solution would make to our lives and our future if the team can scale their technology. But here's the thing. They need a lot of money in order to do so, at levels ultimately not dissimilar to those that were required to build our carbon economy. And they probably need at least a decade to prove that it works at commercial scale. Under normal circumstances, something like this would not fit our investment criteria. It doesn't fit neatly within our 7-year investment horizon, and it just barely hits our IRR targets. But because it has absolutely game-changing potential, it's forced us to have some serious conversations. We don't have all the answers, but here's what we do know. we need to find a way to get much more comfortable with risk. We need to normalize longer investment cycles. And we need to come up with new metrics that reflect the challenges of our time. I believe that the people in this room, if they came together to figure out how to do that, the rest of the investment world would follow. And I also believe that as the people who represent some of the biggest companies in the world, with a significant carbon footprint, it's our responsibility to do so.